Hello, sweetheart. Come in, come in. Let me fluff your pillow. There, just right. And I'll lower my voice now, because I know it's late and you've had a long day. You're safe now, here in this little pocket of calm with me. Let the hush of the evening wrap around us, like a cozy blanket. Tonight, I want to tell you something personal, something I haven't shared with many people. It's one of those stories that sat quietly in my heart for many years, like a book unopened on a shelf. But I think you're old enough to hear it now. More importantly, I think maybe you need to. You see, my love, life is a mosaic of beauty and pain, and sometimes love, the thing that's supposed to feel the safest, can hurt the most. There was a time many years ago when I truly believed I had found forever. I was in love, deeply in love, the kind where your breath catches just seeing them across the room. We had shared decades together, 30 whole years. Can you imagine? Birthdays, quiet Sunday mornings, arguments over what to plant in the garden, laughter over burnt toast, sleepy I love yous whispered under the covers. But one day, everything changed. It was a rainy afternoon, the kind where the sky is low and heavy, and the world feels quieter somehow. I always remember that part, the rain. It felt like the heavens themselves knew what was about to happen. He came home, looking different, like he was carrying a storm inside him. He sat me down at the kitchen table, the same one where we'd shared coffee and crossword puzzles for years, and told me he'd met someone else, someone younger, someone full of life, he said. He didn't even try to soften it. And me, I just stared at the floral wallpaper behind his shoulder. I remember every petal, every faded green leaf. I focused on it so I wouldn't cry, so I wouldn't scream. My mind kept saying, this can't be happening. But it was. 30 years together. And just like that, he was gone. Darling, I won't pretend I was brave right away. I broke. I shattered. It felt like my entire life cracked in half. There were nights I curled into a ball and wept into the bed sheets, sobs muffled by pillows so the neighbors wouldn't hear. I questioned everything. Was I not pretty enough? Not exciting? Had I aged out of being loved? That's the cruelest part of being left. It's not just losing someone. It's the feeling of being replaced, like you've become invisible in your own story. But here's what I want you to know, sweet one. And this is the part I wish someone had whispered to me. Your value is not defined by the one who leaves. It took me a long time to learn that. I spent weeks replaying every conversation, every moment. I wondered what I could have done differently. I picked myself apart in the mirror, comparing myself to someone I'd never even met. But slowly, ever so slowly, I began to see the truth. I didn't fail. I loved with all I had. I gave deeply. I was faithful, kind, and real. And if that wasn't enough for him, then he was never truly mine to begin with. Sometimes people leave because they're running from something inside themselves, not because of who you are. I began to heal in little ways. A friend brought over soup, creamy potato, still warm in a mason jar. She sat beside me, holding my hand in silence, and that silence spoke volumes. Another friend left flowers on my porch. No note, just a quiet reminder that I was still seen. And then there were the quiet evenings. I started journaling again. My tears soaked those pages, but they were healing tears. Each word I wrote was a stitch, mending the parts of me that felt unraveled. One evening, maybe 3 months later, I lit a candle. I brewed a cup of chamomile tea, the good kind with lavender in it. I sat on the couch with a blanket around my shoulders, and for the first time, the silence didn't hurt. It felt gentle, peaceful, like the earth itself was holding me. That's when I knew I was coming back to myself. Sweetheart, listen to Granny now. You are still worthy of love. You are still beautiful in ways no mirror can reflect. You are still enough, just as you are. He may have walked away, but I stayed with myself. I tended to my heart like a little garden. I planted daisies and lavender and sunflowers, even though the weeds still came sometimes. I walked through the neighborhood, head held higher each day. I painted, badly, I'll admit, but joyfully. And then one day, I laughed. A deep belly laugh that surprised even me. Oh, darling, I laughed again. I promise, you will too. I know what you might be wondering. But Granny, what if I keep comparing myself to the person they chose instead of me? Oh, my love, I understand. I really do. But let me tell you a truth that took me years to believe. Comparison is a thief. It steals your light, your joy, your precious peace. You are never meant to compete with anyone. You are meant to bloom in your own time, in your own way. So here's what I want you to do next time that sadness creeps in. Run a warm bath, light a candle for yourself, not for them, but for you. Play your favorite song, even if it makes you cry at first. Cry if you need to. Cry as much as your heart needs. But then, dance, even just a little. Fill your room with things that reflect who you are. Hang up photos that make you smile. Read books that remind you of your magic. Cook your favorite meal, even if it's just buttered toast and tea. You deserve a life filled with the things you love. And one day, maybe when you're folding laundry or standing in the sunshine, you'll realize that what felt like an ending was truly a beginning. Would I have asked for that heartbreak? No, never. But it carved out space inside me, a deeper space for love, for compassion, for strength I never knew I had. And now, because of that pain, I get to sit here with you. I get to whisper my truth so that maybe, just maybe, it helps you through yours. My sweet one, love isn't always fair, but healing always comes. Sometimes slowly, sometimes in pieces, but it comes. And if you ever forget that, come back here. Let me remind you, before you drift off tonight, I have one little request. From your old granny's heart to yours. If this story made you feel a little less alone, will you subscribe? Not just for me, but for us, so we can keep meeting here in the quiet, so I can keep whispering stories to soothe your heart, so we can keep finding our way back to joy, one soft-spoken night at a time. Go on, sweetheart. Press that little button, and next time you feel the ache in your chest, remember, Granny's here, whispering love into the night, always. Good night, my precious one. Sleep well. You are so deeply, truly, completely loved.